Some call him a visionary, while some call him a scamster. We all know the famous web series Scam 1992, based on Harshad Mehta. Well, we have been seeing the fall of 1992, and it was one of the biggest fall in the Indian markets. But what if I just look at the positive side of a rally of 1990-1991, the Big Bull rally, where which was known as the Big Bull, the Harshad Mehta. If I just look at the positive and that point in time, the stock market, I was in the first standard learning the words, and probably I might not have reached the word stock as well. And at current point in time, with so many friends into the markets discussing about what happened back in 1990s, early 90s, before the fall of 1992. One thing which clicked was even the scam was there 1992, the market fell, but 1990-1991 rally have instilled a huge confidence into the investors, prompting them to shift from the FDs to the equity markets. The scenario of investments have changed. The asset class has just begun. And in this video, we are going to talk about the Sensex outperformance against the US markets of 1991 and how it's mirroring the iconic rally of Harshad Mehta and comparing with the 2023. Well, there might be a huge change coming in from the 1992 to 2023. 30 years ago, we had a small quantum of fund in 1992 compared to the 2023. The funds size have grown multifold. The technology have gone multifold. The ring trading to the electronic trading, sitting in office and just punching the orders rather than shouting in the ring to buy the shares. N number of things on transparency. We have come up with the policies, government policies, SEBI policies, fundings. All those stuffs have changed drastically in last 30 years. I'm may not be right saying that the rally of 1991 of around 3x, where Sensex on 3x, may not repeat back in 2023-24. But there are some mirror images where I see Sensex outperforming Dow Jones in a similar manner what it was there in 1992. So let's look at the first chart over here, Sensex by Dow Jones. And if you look at this rally, if I just go back from 1986-97 towards till 1992 where the fall began, if you look at the rally, the Sensex has outperformed by a big margin, breaking out of the previous peaks. Look at the rally, the two red lines marked over there. The peaks have been broken out. The rally was a tremendous rally. Back in 2020, 21, 22, 23. Now, if I just look at 2010 highs, the outperformance back towards 2019, and I'm again comparing with the Sensex to Dow Jones, and if you look at the breakout has been very similar. The breakout was there, it broke out, it retested the lower line. If you look at these two trend lines, there are on the left bottom side as well as on the top side as well. So if you look at on the left side, the bottom line was tested, the bottom red line was tested. And similarly, we are witnessing that the bottom red line has been retested over here, and now the slope is turning onto the positive, which means that Sensex is outperforming over here against the Dow Jones. And if I just look at back into the 1990-91, look at the retested happened and the rally was there by a big margin where Sensex has outperformed against the Dow Jones. And as I said, there could be various changes or various developments have happened in the last 30 years which I have discussed over here. And there could be not a fast and furious rally, but I think yes, there could be a rally of Sensex outperforming over the Dow Jones over here. And if this thing happen, we all know the quantum of funds being invested into the India by FDI or FIIs. The one of the best investing country over here is India globally. If I just look at, and things have changed back for last 5-7 years in India as well, where the things of the money is being flowing into the India by a big margin over here. Look at the FII number, look at the DI numbers, they have consistently increasing. Even if I just look at the 10 years down the line, the investment by the retail into the mutual funds, into the equities have been going drastically on a positive side. So yes, looking at this chart, I believe the Sensex could continue to outperform. And if these mirror image of 1991 continue into the Sensex as well, probably I think next 1 to 2 years, Sensex may continue to outperform the Dow Jones, and probably we may see much outperformance heading higher and higher. The second chart over here is the Sensex by emerging market index. If you look at the Sensex is one of the most outperforming index as of now in the emerging market index over here, and this is the MSCI Emerging Market Index Fund. And if you look at this chart, the Sensex by Emerging Market Index Fund, the ratio chart, the rally from 2008 to 2016, it went slow and steady onto the positive side, but then it went into a consolidation phase where at some point in time Indian markets were outperforming, at some point in time other markets were outperforming, and there wasn't plus and minus. But since 2020 2021, we have seen Sensex outperformance coming by a big margin into the MSCI emerging market funds, and this rally has been indicating that the India is one of the most favorite. And as I said, into the Dow Jones, where we have compared Sensex by Dow Jones, India was outperforming by a big margin into global markets as well, and it has been outperforming into the emerging markets as well. So yes, India is well placed over here, and Sensex outperformance may continue onto the Dow Jones as well as the emerging market index one. The third chart which I want to highlight is, again, I'm looking from a long-term point of view, and this is just a beginning of a new breakout onto the charts. If I just go by the history over here, right from around the early 2000s, look at the rally from post dot-com bubble. We saw the dot-com bubble was a big fall into the IT space, and even the Indian market witnessed a fall. But since then, post the dot-com bubble, we saw a huge rally coming in right from around end of or the mid of 2020, mid of 2002 to 2003 2004. Then markets went into the consolidation, and there was a U-shaped recovery. If you look at the blue onto the left end side, the left bottom, the blue U, the after a rally there was a U consolidation. Then we broke out again back in 2005, and we saw a huge rally till 2008. Well, this rally went for around 32 months, and it was a big rally. Similarly, if I just look at back to 2014, 13-14, we saw a huge rally coming in post the election numbers, where the Shri Narendra Modi ji have won, and we have seen a huge rally. Then markets went into consolidation phase in a structure of U formation again. 2017 we broke out again, and a rally was there till 2019. Again, similarly 32 months, or probably around slightly positive 34 months. 34 months of rally, around 30 months, even if I take 30 months, there was a huge rally coming in at that point in time, and then we saw a pandemic fall over there. Even during the pandemic fall, this high was tested, and we again have witnessed a huge rally coming. Probably since end of 2021 or start of 2022, the 2022 was more of a consolidation phase for a market, and again a U structure formation was there. Now back in 2023 mid, or probably I would say the second quarter, we witnessed a huge rally coming into the markets, and now we are breaking out above again the black line over here, indicating that this is a fresh beginning coming into the markets. And now this basing structure will play a key important role. So 15,000, and if I just look at the history, every base is formed into the U structure. So now if I just look at 15,183 was the recent low, so 15,000 can be the a short term or only the long term base over here, looking at the U structure formation. And we have seen since this breakout, every dip has been aggressively bought, and we have seen a markets getting higher and higher. Looking at the theory of time cycle and considering the 30 months over here, which is nearly 2.5 years from now, probably this rally may continue towards the end of 2025, and we may see the Nifty heading higher and higher. Though I'm not looking at the targets at current point in time, but the rally seems to be following the history, and we may see much higher coming index much higher towards the end of 2025, and still 2.5 years of rally is still there into the market. So if I just go by the theory of Sensex by Dow Jones outperformance, yes, if this chart plays out, though Nifty and Sensex go hand in hand, there might be a few percentage difference. But if I just compare Sensex and Dow Jones, yes, there is a possibility that Sensex could continue to outperform. Sensex by emerging market index, yes, there is a structure forming over there where Sensex is outperforming by big margin into the MSCI emerging markets fund. And now the Nifty chart, the historical chart says that we are heading much higher into the structure. So just to sum up, what we saw 1990-91 rally, the big bull rally of Harshad Mehta, the Sensex outperforming by a big margin into the Dow Jones, the breakout, retest, and the resumption in bullish momentum. We are witnessing the mirror image coming into the back in 30 years down the line in 2023. The similar structure has been forming. If I go with the Sensex, the range consolidation of 5 years 2016 to 2021, the breakout of Sensex by emerging market index, the rally has just began, and we may see a much higher outperformance of Sensex over the emerging market index. And Nifty, if I just look at the historical move, this is just a new beginning for markets. Though there are very much skeptical moves into the markets where markets have rallied by a big margin, there could be a correction. All the stocks have run up. All said and done, the similar rally was there when 2017 broke out. The psychology was a similar. When 2005-6 rally was broken out, the euphoria started. And I still think that yes, there is a huge opportunity into the markets at current point in time, or any dip into the markets. 15,000 seems out. Looking at the structure, the base could be there at 15,000 now, and every dip should be an aggressively bought by investors, by mutual funds, by FIIs, or even by retail. So that's the structure I believe Sensex can outperform against the Dow Jones for next few years. Signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.